So I just want to reconfirm. You were always hiding from your wife before, like around the time before you were murdered?
Absolutely. I had a horrible time with this woman. She was so evil. I could never get away from her. I tried. I fled the state to try and get away, but she always found me, and I was always trying to hide from her. It was a nightmare. And
So when you fled the rehab and you went back home in Seattle, you were still hiding because her friends were in the home too, you said?
yes, they were there as well, and it made it impossible to function. I could not go downstairs. They were watching me, and I couldn't do much of anything. It was horrible, to say the least.
So what else do you want to know? Do you want people to know about the time surrounding your murder, like right before it? Were people acting sketchy around you when you did go in the house?
Oh, absolutely. People were acting incredibly bizarre the day before I was murdered. My wife's friends went into her bedroom and shut the door behind them and were whispering back and forth to each other. They were praying in her bedroom with a religious candle burning, the ones that churches use, and they were mumbling strange words to each other like they were speaking in tongues, but it was so low that it couldn't be understood. It was creepy. I had never heard people talk in that manner. It was almost as if they were summoning spirits.
So they were doing dark magic at the same time that they were hurting you? Is that what you're trying to communicate?
Yes, they were indeed up to some kind of dark evil magic. That's the only way to explain it, because I definitely was being hurt by these people. They didn't have good intentions at all.
Right. What else do you want to say about those people?
I was always scared of those people. I never felt at ease around them. It was like they had a hidden agenda with my wife or something. They were creepy and eerie, very off-putting, and made strange comments to me that had hidden meanings behind them.
Oh, really? So they would say things that were basically like indirect threats or indirect ways of harassing you and making you feel scared and uneasy?
Right. Very strange, out of the blue, weird comments. They were indirect enough to be disguised as being normal, but they made it a point to try to say them when my wife was not present.
So was Courtney messing with you and messing with you with other people?
She was definitely doing it, but she was also very good at disguising it as normal behavior. Her friends, who I think were more than friends, participated in it by throwing out some strange, random comments of their own.
So what were those people's motives that killed you? That you know. That
They
you
were
know.
out to get rid of me. My wife, of course, was very controlling, and she could not afford to have a man like me around. I was a strong, independent person who would not be controlled by a female. I was her competition, basically. So my wife's friends were probably also on the same page for the same reasons. It seems like it would have had something to do with greed and power.
Yeah, and so do you know anything else about the dark magic they were trying to do?
No, I mean, it was the first time I encountered something so bizarre and dark and evil as that. I was very spooked by it. I had never seen something like that before, where people are mumbling things to each other like the way that they were. It had a very eerie feel to it. I had such a bad feeling about it. The hairs on my arms rose, and I felt like the room was 10 degrees colder. It was horrible. Um,
So you definitely sense they're doing something, and so you tried to stay away from all of them. Basically, they were acting like sketchy drug addicts.
yes, definitely. They were acting like addicts, but also it seemed like there was some darker reason for it. There was some kind of ulterior motive that was not normal for addicts, as if they were possessed by something evil.
Right, and there was even like a code that could be punched into your security thing and your door could be open. And she probably gave that code to your friends, right?
Yes, she definitely told them the code. In fact, I'm pretty sure she even gave them her keys to the house, too.
Okay. Okay, I'll call you back soon. I have to charge my phone.
Oh, okay, take your time. I'm not going anywhere, ha.
All right, good.